Now, another feature we've enabled in this assessment is the review results. If we click this button, and again, you don't have to enable this if you don't want to, but in this case we have, as you can see, we're presenting each question to the respondent. If we had an explanation in the question authoring field, that would be displayed. That is also capable of hosting video and images, and I'll show you where that is on the back side. So when we create questions, we have the capability to enter an explanation if they've gotten it correct or if they've gotten it incorrect in this box. These have rich text editors built in that you can turn on so that it's easy to author. And you can present feedback that's designed for this review screen, typically used in pre-certification or training type of scenarios, but there's a lot of other situations where these can be extremely helpful, especially if you're trying to kind of create a more customized training scenario or personalized training scenario for someone. Now, as what we've chosen not to display in this is the correctness or the selected answer. We can do that, and we can actually change that very quickly. If we go back to our assessment, we're going to go to the editor and we're going to go to the basic assessment options. We're now going to choose what we want to show on the review. So we have two sections here, the review, show questions, and show answers. We're going to show answers, comments, and explanations. We'll save our changes. We'll go back to the review screen and update it. And now we can see what we selected versus what we expected them to choose. So as we walk through the remainder of the review, you'll remember that we had some survey questions at the end. Of course, these don't have a correct answer, so there's nothing displayed. But we still have the opportunity to provide some further explanation. Now, you may be thinking, the term explanation doesn't necessarily suit your purposes. Well, you can change that. If we go back to the basic assessment options, let's say instead of explanation, we want it to say justification. We go ahead, change that term, click submit. We go back to the screen and we'll see now justification. So you can provide any term that you want. This field also supports globalized languages, of course, so you can present this information in any language that you'd like. So we'll go to summary. And that returns us back to our score summary screen. We'll go to the bottom and I will point out one more thing. If you notice in the lower right corner, we see a button called Return to Portal. That is a button we created. There are two elements to that button, the title of the button and the destination when clicked. We'll go back to our basic assessment options and take a quick look at how we made that work. If you notice, there's a logout button action and there's a logout button label. We can change the action if we want to hide the button altogether, navigate to a specific link, navigate to another assessment if we like. In this case, we're just going to close the window, and this is completely customizable by the author. If we chose navigate to a specified link, the link after assessment field becomes available, and we can choose where that destination would lie. In our case, we'll click Return to Portal. It'll close the window, and we're back on our assessment options editor.